Okay, Aleen Wilson here with a glass video with my friend Nancy. We started this fused glass adventure together a long time ago. Today I'm working on bottles and I'm suited up to protect myself. The idea is to take old bottles, cut them on the tile saw, and then we'll decide what we're going to do with them. But with the tile saw, you need gloves, you need water protection, and you need safety for your face. No matter how hard you try, things happen. The tile saw is set up with a permanent block to help control the position of the bottle, because these are a bit harder to cut than a straight piece of glass. And you need a fence, which this is, but you have to be very careful here, especially when you do this way, because the tendency is to let it drift or to give it a little twist. And when you give it a little twist, you end up with this instead of rings. Now, I was hoping to have a conversation with Nancy about how we started our fusing journey, but she declined to be interviewed, so I'll tell our story. Patrick Henry Community College opened an artisan center teaching arts and crafts. Nancy and I had both signed up for a fusing class. This was maybe 15 years ago. And there were 5 or 6 of us in the class. 5 of us became very close. And as our interest increased, we had access to the center's kiln, but we needed to buy our own glass. So we would buy a sample package from Delphi and divvy up the pieces. She'd take half and I'd take half. Made only small projects. As time went on, we discovered a shop in Clemens, North Carolina, where we could buy bigger pieces and look at them before we bought them. Still, we bought relatively small pieces, like a quarter of a sheet, and cut them in half. And this went on for a year or two, until we realized we really were enthusiastic about this fusion. So we started thinking seriously about how we were going to do it. About that time, the Artisan Center closed down, and Piedmont Arts gave us a place to work called Studio 107. But they didn't have any equipment. So Nancy and I pooled our money and bought us a kiln. That was the start. Then we had grinders because we'd both been doing stained glass. Then this business of making things out of bottles came up. So we bought that tile saw, which we still have. And that's the only equipment remaining from our partnership. We still spend time together swapping notes, sharing processes, and helping each other when we can. But the time in the partnership was great. After we moved into 107, Nancy and I were 2 of the 5 that hung in, that were fusers. The other 3 were stained glass people. But we found quickly that we could combine our talents and make glasses, windows that contain both fusing and stained glass. So we teamed up, named ourselves the Glassy Chicks, talked Piedmont Arts Director into letting us share a space as we had at the Artisan Center. And we called ourselves the Glassy Chicks. The Glassy Chicks still exist in 107, but it's not all the same people. But they're carrying on the tradition. And this is just to show that when you really want to do it, and you've got friends, you can find a way. And during much of this time, Nancy and I both were dealing with family illnesses that were stressful. And we considered time fusing much cheaper than a psychiatrist. Thanks for watching.